Mike Jones here with Ken's. Let the countdown begin.
Little Georgia's #1 sight and sound source. Go to Ken's.
All right, now, it is so awesome when the market evolves, right, and gets into this whole price is right now strategy, and that is what Samsung has done with their new series. This is called the U series. This is UHD 4K, right? So a lot of people get a little confused about, is it 4K or UHD? 4K and UHD are the same thing. So when you come in, you can ask for either one. We kind of have two islands here, and we have a display in our Warner Robins Superstore that just has all different sizes. They start anywhere from about 43 inches and up, but this new 55-inch 4K, 240 hertz refresh. I love the remote. They went back to simple, which I dig. And then check this out. You go up into their media player. You know, it has Netflix, it has Amazon, it has built-in games, HBO to go, which is becoming a very, very popular app now, YouTube, Pandora, and you can even go in and search for more apps if you want to add them to your little line here, which I think is super, super cool. Now, it's very simple and easy to use. The buttons are big, which is nice, and I know I bring that up, but so many folks come in and go, man, the remotes are just so impossible, and this is just back to the basics. $999. I hope that's flashing with a big blue light special right now. That is an amazing thing, as to say 1 year ago, these TVs were well over $2,500 for the same size, and this is a superior television. It is super thin. I'm sure you can see the edges right here, which means you can hang it on the wall, right? And then a lot of things, listen, that's $999, and you can do 24 months, 0% right now as well. And we are Samsung's warranty station. If you have a problem, we can fix it. Now, a lot of people get a little tied up into the smart TV thing, saying, man, I got to buy a new TV because it's got to be a smart TV. Listen, if you don't have a smart TV, you don't necessarily have to come and buy a TV. You just buy one of these. Now, this is Sony's newest Blu-ray, right? So it plays CD, it plays DVD, it plays Blu-rays. All your connections are on the back. It's nice and simple. But listen to this. This little compact booger right here has all the smart features built in. It has over 150 apps built into this. So if you add this to the television that you already have that you bought from Ken's, then this automatically would give that, provided you already have internet service in your home. Guess what? These are 99 bucks and up, depending on which one you got. So you can have all the smart features if you're just not ready to buy a new flat panel of that. Now, when you come into our stores, follow me over here, David, you're going to see many, many, many sizes, all the way from 32 all the way up to 75. And let me tell you, you humongous discounts right now with 24 months 0% financing. And we have 4-month layaway, and we have our own tech teams, and we have our own service department. So when you come in, look at Philips, look at Sony, look at Samsung, look at Sharp. These are the best brands in the business. And when you can buy a 55-inch 4K for 999 bucks, now that is awesome. Now, I haven't even gotten these on display, but these are the brand new series from Pioneer. Pioneer just redid their entire line again, and we have so many folks that come in that are very interested in the touchscreen world, and now we have so many folks come in and say, look, I want AM, FM, I want USB, and I want Bluetooth, but I don't care anything about a CD player. That's kind of become popular lately also. So Pioneer has answered the call with this. This is called the 380BT. It's AM, FM, it has USB, it has a mini, it comes with a remote control, it has a 200-watt amp built into it, it has pre-out so you can add an amp to it, but I mean, you can see the size of this box. Obviously, it's a little tiny thing, but it will fit into a standard size in your dash, but it just does not have a CD player. But listen, listen, listen. This thing is $89, and it comes with everything I just said built in. They have an $89 one and a $129 one, depending on features that you want. But listen, if you don't need a CD player, why pay the extra fee for it? And you get the Bluetooth so you can stream your music, and you can talk wirelessly to keep yourself safe. So this is nice. Get into both stores. We're going to have it on display where you can see it. Now, that being said, in the touchscreen world, the NEX series just changed from Pioneer. These are going to be 16, 17 models. And let me tell you, the touchscreen world is on absolute fire. Touchscreens are starting anywhere from about $240 and up, depending on which one you get. But this is the NEX. Now, NEX normally in their world means navigation, but this is AM, FM, CD, DVD, and it's nav ready because why? I'll show you the symbol why. This is why. It is Android Auto and it's Apple CarPlay certified. These are very, very important because now when you plug in your Android or your Apple phone, this becomes the phone. So it becomes your CarPlay piece or it becomes your Android piece, and everything that's on your phone, including your maps, will show up on this screen. So it's really cool. So you don't have to buy a $1,500 nav radio. Now you can get into the $499, $599, $699, $799 area and get all those features. And it's a DVD player, so you can still watch a movie in it which is super, super cool. And guess what? It's got Bluetooth. It's got Bluetooth audio built in. It's got an EQ. You can change the color palette to any color you can possibly think of to match your dash or whatever fits you fancy. It has sub outputs for your crossover network if you want to add a sub or add an amp later. But it has a 200 watt amp built into it. I just did a Mercedes the other day. We took his factory radio out, put this in on his factory 11-year-old Mercedes speakers, set up the EQ. He was like, I didn't want to buy speakers. I was like, you didn't buy speakers. That's how good this thing is. So you got to get into the Macon and Warner Robins store and find one that fits your budget. But most of all, keep this in mind. We install for free and we service after the sale. Now, here we are in our season. We're all going to be back outside again, and I'm letting you know, first thing you have to have is Sonos. Sonos allows you the ability to stream all of your music from your phone or from your iPad or tablet or whatever you use into your music system, even if you already have an existing amplifier that's 10 years old that you're trying to run your speakers out there by your grill. With Sonos, you buy this little piece right here. It's 350 bucks. They have a piece called a boost that will boost your internet signal for the Sonos. A lot of people think when they say boost, you're gonna have better internet for everything else. It's for that. So once you have those two pieces, then you choose your speakers. Now, the cool thing about this, let me turn this up a little bit, is with the new speakers from Yamaha and Clips, you get this clarity. Is that crazy? Now, listen to this, pricing wise, let's talk about pricing. When you get into the world of Sonos, they make the single speakers like this where you can just add these into your system, right? So for 199 bucks, this thing can be portable and can move around the house. 299 bucks, this can move around the house. This is the patent holder best of the best right here. That thing has got unbelievable sound. But if you say, hey, look, I don't want to take them in and out of the house. I just want to hang them on the house. There you have these, Klipsch and Yamaha. And let me tell you, the quality is absolutely just spot on this year. Look at these things. Absolutely amazing, completely weather resistant. I love the way they've done their connections. They come with what they call the clamshell that allows you to move them up and down or side to side. Even the logos will turn right, so they look good however you mount them, right? Listen, the Klipsch speakers, they're the best of the best in my opinion. This big heavy duty mama right here, right? Sound quality is the best of the best. They have a lifetime warranty on these. They have a 2-year warranty on the Yamahas, and the prices are anywhere from $149 for a pair and up, depending on which brand you get. So listen, you can argumentatively have a whole system for about $750 outside that will knock your socks off with a lifetime warranty. And with Sonos, listen to this, you can have up to 99 zones of those things. So you can have one in the bedroom, one in the living room, one out there by the grill, and have the same music playing everywhere, all controlled from here. Or you can have 3 different songs going at the same time if you're just in that kind of mood, you know. And the sound quality, y'all. All right, Middle Georgia Cheer Extreme, Macon, Georgia. You got to look them up. I'm telling you, my daughter started cheerleading here, Maddie Grace, and she has been cheering since. Matter of fact, she's going to Armstrong next year, and she's saying they don't have a cheerleading camp yet, and they're trying to figure out how to get one all created. So going from there, these guys are the best of the best. I just want to make sure that's clear. Now, when me and the owner got together, he said, I have got to see what's going on in this place. Now, look at these views, right? This is the parking lot, as you can see. Bada bing, bada bang. That is unbelievable that you can tell brand new Honda Civic, Dodge Ram, and you can see all the way to the back, as you can see. Watch this. Look at the views. Look at this. This is up in the area where all their gift shop and everything is. Look at the detail that you can read that sign. Now, if you have one of the old school camera systems and you do this same exact thing, that don't even look like a sign. It just blends with the wall, right? I always talk about the Bigfoot videos with y'all. Look at this. Let me go over here. This is in the back. Obviously, this is where you're going to have money and stuff stored in the back. Right here, this is where all the parents sit to watch the kids do what they do. As you can see very, very clearly, you can see 2 right there, which is one of my film man's children's. And look right here. Here is their floor. Even with not all of the lights on, you can see all the way to the back, even where these trophies are. Look at the detail. The idea is, what you have to keep in mind, is it is about liability, but it's also about protection. It's also about the bad guy. So with this, you've got this gigantic hard drive that records anywhere from 15 to 30 days, depending on how you set the cameras up. And it just goes on and on and on, and it just keeps recording 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so you always know what's going on. Check this out. This is the foam pit. I'm hoping you're seeing the cutaway, if I can find it, of my son doing his flip into the foam pit when we came out here to do some work. But this is how it's done, folks, because it's 1080p, the recorder, and we have these packages that come with a monitor, plus he can view it. You know, when he's away, he can pull it up right here, like I was talking to y'all about. When you have your phone in your hand and you go to this icon will load up and show you every single camera, every single view, and you can see it anytime you want. So I go right here and choose what I want to see. So if I want to see that area, it's just simple. Watch. Boom. Take that off. Boom. We have packages that are 4 cameras, 8 cameras, 16 cameras. I even did a 32 camera at Macon Charter Academy, which I'm very, very thankful to do that. But we service it after the sale for 2 years, right? We have no interest financing for 2 years, and service and great price. So if you walk into like a Sam's and you buy one of those $8.99 deals that come with 16 cameras and a free TV, that ain't what this is. This is high definition, folks, and that's what you have to have. All right, so here at Middle Georgia Chair Extreme, this is the cool thing. This is a locked case. This is an iPad mini that we put in here. This touchscreen allows him to control all of his music because the equipment's locked up in a closet back there. His whole thing was when I had the rack out here, everybody's always fooling with it and messing with it. So check this out, right? From here, they can come in and dial up their cheer music. Listen to this volume. Now I'm gonna try and talk over it. Yamaha speakers all the way up, and they fire in different directions. Now I'm gonna get David to follow me. Watch your step, David, so you can get an idea of what they get when they're out here. Listen to that music. Is that crazy? He has independent volume controls for both sides of the gym. I'm having to scream to get this thing to work. Crazy. These Yamaha speakers, depending on the size, anywhere from $250 and up all the way up to $500, they hold 1,000 watts of power. We are running 4,000 watts of power at Middle Georgia Cheer Extreme. I am letting you know they could absolutely get down there. I love this springy floor. This thing is awesome. So with that iPad control, there's no way of theft. There's no way for them to goof anything up in case he's not on the floor. But listen, we were on a 30-foot scaffold in here trying to put these speakers up here, and they are anchored to the steel of the building for safety. They've been running the craziness out of this thing for the last year. We only had to service it once. This is what we do, folks. Awesome.
I'm Jimmy Reedus. I'm with MGA Cheer Extreme, and we wanted to provide the best for all the cheerleaders in the county. And so we called Ken's. We wanted to get a very good, high-quality sound system in here so our athletes could practice like they're performing. So we thought, who better to partner with when we're the best cheerleading company in the Middle Georgia area than to partner with the best sound system and video equipment in the area, which is Ken's. So we're super excited. The service they provide us was amazing. They came in and got everything installed in one day. We started with our sound system, and then because of the service that we got and the quality that we got was so good, we then decided we wanted to add some video cameras just to add more safety to our facility. So we appreciate Ken's for coming out and putting it all in, and we had an amazing experience with Ken's.
All right, now hear me out. The way this works out, guys, is this is the new Dolby Atmos sound system. It is absolutely incredible. We've just set it up in Macon. We're all going to also set one up in one of Robbins. And what it does is they've now made, you know, I've talked about the 2 theaters we've already done, is they're now doing height is built into the movies, right? So what that means is you have a left and right separation, you have your center channel, you have your rear field speakers, but more importantly now, look right here, they have now put in speakers in the front of the towers that are actually built into the top. Check that out. So these fire up and do a reflection off of the ceiling that give you height. So when the helicopter is flying down, you hear it go from top to bottom, which is very, very unique. So now we are up to not 7, but 11 channels of surround sound. In the rear of the theater, you have speakers in the ceiling, and what they do is they also provide that height, that depth of what you. So now, when you are sitting in your theater, you can not only hear it surround you, like you remember the original, everybody watched Top Gun and Days of Thunder when it first came out in surround sound, because you could hear the car going around the racetrack, right? You could hear it was so very awesome, and you could hear the plane land like that. But now you can actually hear it. If it's up high on the bank or low on the bank, you can hear that. This is what it's made for. The new premium grade of clips called Premium C. This is their new center channel, and I will let you know it is absolutely fantastical. That's all I got to say. It is all that and a bag of chips. This stuff runs off of, ready for this, efficiency wise 1 watt of power, but the typical theater is over 5,000 watts of power. My good friend Tony Purvis has the best sounding theater I've ever heard in my life, and I have heard them all, and I'm letting you know down there in Hawkinsville, Georgia, he outdoes everybody, including maybe even their opera house. Don't get offended. But listen, I went and sat down with him, and he has the full full meal deal, the best of the best Klipsch Atmos theater. The new Yamaha receivers have Atmos built in, so when you come in, ask for the Vintage series. And what we'll do is we'll evaluate your room, evaluate your theater, because guess what? When you have 12-foot ceilings or 10-foot ceilings or 8-foot ceilings, that all makes a humongous difference. So get into the Macon location, get into the Warner Robins location, and hear the first of the first Dolby Atmos theater. They rock. All right, 2004 Ford F-150. Let me tell you, I love these trucks. We do tons and tons of these trucks, but a lot of folks don't realize that, 2004 to now, you're 12 years old, so your radio is going to wear out. It's just the way that works out. And so do the speakers over time because of hot, cold, hot, cold. So when this gentleman came in from over past Augusta, he came down because he'd seen some of our stuff online. He said, look, I want a lot of sound in here. I'm going to be passing this on to my son, so I need it to absolutely rock out. Now, look how this dash piece matches. I like all the stock stuff still looks like it's supposed to, but you put the radio that you want. This is Pioneer's AM, FM, CD, DVD, touchscreen. Look at this. Home screen, look at this. Navigation maps built in. It has HD radio built in. You can play a movie. It's got USB you can play. It's got an equalizer. You can do satellite radio. It's got a 200-watt amp built into it, but we bypass that. And it's a 7-inch screen, which also allows you to tilt to keep, the sunlight out of it, which is nice, and your DVD goes behind it. You can even put an SD card in this thing if you're one of the SD card geeks like I am. Now, here's another thing we did to this. This is cool. Now, this is Pioneer's called the 8100. It's the best radio they make, sound quality-wise. Now, it also has a backup camera, so check this out. So it's a truly digital screen. But see how you can see his tow ball, because if he wants to be able to back up and tow something, there's only one man there, you can see that, but it has a long enough view that you can still see what's around you in the back. As you see, we got the garage door open in the back. So when you put it in reverse, it just goes right back to the stock screen. Now, another thing you need to know is we put 1,000 watts of power JL audio. You're probably seeing a cutaway of that. It's underneath this seat. But let me let you hear this demo of sound quality. Alpine speakers front and back. So 4 speakers, 2 JL's new series called version 3 behind here, behind the seat. And bada bing, bada bang. A little bit of Mr. Jones. Feel it strong. And when it's down to just a phone call, I might nuts. There's been good times. I grew up on that DJ. That is phenomenal. Now, I'm going to jump out so I can show you this box real quick, and then you get an idea why I'm so in love with this sound quality. Check this out. This is JL's version 3s. We put grills on it, right, so the seat can back up to it in case the sun's really, really tall, and that way you don't end up damaging the subwoofer over time as well. These boxes are 3/4-inch particle board for you folks that know what I'm talking about there. This is good stuff. We use particle board and MDF to make sure that it lasts over time. Now, end of the day, when it all comes back together, right, you close your truck up, only space you've lost is behind the seat where the sub goes. Everything else fits absolutely like a glove. Pricing wise, the backup cameras, when you buy the radio, are only $200. JL subs start at $139 depending on which series you get. These mids and highs, I mean, look at that door panel. It's a stock look, but listen, I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. But listen to that clarity. Is that nuts? Those are $119 a pair. End of the day, we install it for free. And this, folks, is how it is done. All right, this is our service center. This is our tech support center. And listen, what people don't have is they don't have a tech support system. They have a tech support number that's not in this country. We actually have a real person that talks to you and takes care of problems. He runs the show of all of our installers and all of our technicians that repair and install and everything they do. This is Kurt Cozy. He's the service manager. Now, when my dad started this company, we only serviced what we sold. So when you bought it from us, we could service, but if you didn't buy it from us, we didn't. But it's kind of changed over time, right?
Now we service anything, even if it's bought at Best Buy, HH Greg, we'll always service it for you, and you always get to talk to a live person when you call Ken's.
So when you have something that is broken, you can bring it here, and a large majority of the stuff back there is stuff that's not bought from us. And the reason we bring that too is because people don't repair anymore, and that's why we have to have a service department that runs 5 days a week, 12 hours a day to do exactly what he does, right? That's an important part. So when you come into the Macon location, don't be afraid to come on back to the service counter and meet this guy and some of his technicians, because these guys, at the end of the day, when there's an issue, this is the guy that solves the problem, which is good stuff. We're the only folks from Savannah to Atlanta that have service, and that is a fact. All right, 2016 Toyota Tacoma, and he came in and said, my headlights just ain't doing it. Let me tell you, what I got is I got my man BJ to leave one of each in here so you can see the magnificent difference, if that is the right word. This is the stock light, right? So equivalent to probably 25 watts is the reality. They call it a 35 watt bulb. But hold on. Come around here. Come around here. Put that on there. That is the same wattage in an HID. So what it is, this ballast right here tells this to be what they call high intensity discharge lamps, right? And the difference is this is literally a 65% increase in brightness, all from the, now look, let's do it one more time. Here is stock, and here is so much better than stock. Now we keep these in both of our stores. A lot of cars we have to order them for you, right, to have the kit made. But listen to this, it's anywhere from $200 to $299, and we install it. And obviously it's available for every vehicle. This is a 2016. So get in here and check it out. And guess what? We also warranty it, which is really nice. When you do that .com thing, you don't have an option. At Ken's, if you have an issue, it don't become an issue. 2016 Toyota Tacoma, and that is how it's done. St. Luke Baptist Church, 1180 Haywood Road, Macon, Georgia. This is what I call a redo. Now, let's start with all the basics. You got a 150-inch screen, motorized up and down. They had a crazy chandeliers in here that we took out. They took out for us so that we could have a high-def picture in the front. As you see, we're using ProPresenter, which I believe is the best church media software there is. Now, on the back here, let me tell you, I don't know if I have this picture or not, but this was a booth that was right here that was horrible, and it just was all built wrong, and it was so cluttered and everything. So the pastor used a carpenter that he had. They ripped all this out, and they built this balcony. I'm talking like 5 days. It was finished and complete. We got Sharp Aqua 60s on the left and right here that are kind of basically repeating what is going on up here. So you'll see right here, he can change through the scripture and go back and forth and do your tithing. You can show up all your hymnals and everything you need to do. Now, we've got speakers that are firing. You see, a lot of the churches were built, they had these kind of flanking areas right here. So you would want to do a speaker for your main part of the congregation and for your left and right flanking side of the congregation. We put bucos of power in here, in excess of 5,000 watts. They had some subs in here that we let them trade in, just kind of putting that out there. When you have product that is of some value, you can trade that stuff in to get stuff you need. They did not need them. They have so much bass with the product they have. Monitors on the floor here that take care of business there. But you got to get a sound bite to understand how good this is. Go ahead, son, let's hear it. I mean, right here. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. What is it? Here's the deal. We have 2 different ways of selling systems. For those churches that worship hard and strong and go 2, 3, 4 hours at a time, this is how you do it, folks. It's just that they'll take that test of time and keep running, not getting overheat and weird and all distorted and all that. We're going to take you up into the balcony and let my son shoot what he did. It is awesome.
We're up here in the sound booth now. We have some incredible product. We actually went all digital here, starting with our Shure digital mics. These are hand-picked for this church. We have a lot of trucker traffic, and that is absolute nightmare for RF microphones. But these cut out all those frequencies so we get pure, great sound without all that tracker, 19. We don't have any of that during our church service. We have our Behringer X32 full digital mixer. This is so awesome because we actually get to preset this. So we come in, we spend hours and hours tuning this church for pastor's mic and our choir microphones, and then after that I can actually go in here and I can create a scene. So we have different scenes here that are preset for exactly how we have it set up. So if we have someone come up here and they're over here messing with all of our little sliders, which are incredibly intimidating, all we have to do is come back in here, load, and all of our sliders come right back to how it was. It is absolutely simple to use, and it sounds incredible, unbelievably incredible. Our video here is ran all from this one laptop right here. This is ProPresenter 6. It's the newest version that they just came out with. It allows us to change all of our scriptures seamlessly. It has Bibles built in. It has awesome, cool moving backgrounds. We can import, we can export, we can upload directly to our church website. St. Luke has been such a blessing to work for. We are so thankful. I'm Justin Jones, and this is what we do.
All right, now this golf cart was created by Aaron down at Bigfoot Power Sports. Remember, we did a bunch of security surveillance stuff right down the road from us here at 4900 Mercer University Drive. So this was created by them. Black top, 14-inch wheels, the whole 9 yards. Mac Daddy battery power right here is going to be a really speedy mama. But the reason we went mostly into the batteries is because we're going to put a huge sound system in this. Now, when it comes like this, I'm just showing you before, we rip it down to the skin because the console from the factory is like this. So this is the dashboard that fits right there where you turn it on and all that and see your voltage and stuff. But now what we're doing is a custom console like this, right? And it's going to go right there up into the factory unit right there. So if you kind of look right this, it'll be like that. Right? And it's going to hold a touchscreen Bluetooth DVD player. It's going to have Alpine Type R's. We've got a 500 watt JL amplifier. That's right, 500 watts in the golf cart. We're going to do an 8-inch sub in between these seat rails right here. This thing is going to be absolutely positively insane when we get done. So this just kind of gives you an idea to what level we'll go. Now, this particular golf cart's not going to be the one that goes in the woods and all that, but they want to be able to cruise the neighborhood and have bucos of sound, and obviously bucos of speed, which is what Aaron does down there. So next month you get to see the finish of this, but right now we're just kind of getting into the nitty-gritty. This is awesome. Now, that being said, this machine right here, I know it's filthy and that's the way it is, been sitting right here. We're being a custom console, doing humongous power. He has paid us to come in and do a black and red leather theme all the way from front to back. We're going to do an awesome monitor in the back so when he shows the car, he can have clips of the car being built over time. This is a before shot too. We've just stripped it down and started putting the Dynamat in so we can keep it quiet from his gigantic 383 stroker motor he put into it. So these are the two to look for next month. This will be awesome. All right, thank you so much for watching our show. I thank you for taking the time. It's really amazing what you guys allow us to get our mittens into. F-150, unbelievable sound. I cannot get enough of that. It was crazy. I'm so very thankful to do Middle Georgia Cheer Extreme. You know, my daughter went there when she was just a wee baby. She loved going to that place. That's kind of a hidden treasure in Macon. You guys, if you've got kids interested in that, this guy is at top of his game by a long shot. St. Luke Church, let me tell you, that was a very interesting, I'm very glad to have a relationship with the pastor and the deacons out there. That church has kind of had a system put in before we got to them that was just really done really wrong. But the vision of the deacons and the pastor there of building out that gigantic balcony and putting in the sound and letting my son and his crew come out there and really do it the right way. At the end of it, you know, he calls me the Monday after the first service and he goes, hey, we want to iron a few things out. He calls me the second Sunday after my son went and served with me. He goes, goodness gracious. That's exactly what we've been wanting the whole time. Leaving you that way. Listen, we have service, right? Price is so easy on our end, but we have service. I've got my own carpenter. I've got my own installers. I got my own electrician. I've got it where I can turnkey do anything you want. And I have my own service technicians. That being said, if you have a problem, I really have a problem solver, if you want to do it that way. That's what Kurt and his crew do, is they solve the problems. We work on the equipment that we sell. When my dad created our company, he says, we will service what we sell. In other words, don't be a duck. That's where the duck comes from. Don't be a duck in a lake full of hunters. In other words, anybody out there wants to take you money, but it's what they'll do after the sale is what matters the most. I want to leave you with this. In Proverbs 4:23, it says, always guard your heart, because whatever happens, this is my words, whatever happens in your life will come from your heart. What you say, what you think will come from where your heart is, right? You got to come see us at Ken's in Macon. And what about
Little Georgia's #1 sight and sound source. Go to Kim's.
And I keep wanting to go back to blessing. I want to say it 50 times.
All right. Now let's start. Ready? Ready? Just make some more noise, please.